Okay, imagine this scenario. You're knee-deep in a weekend project, right? And bam, you hit that wall.
Uh-huh.
You need a specific screwdriver, maybe a heavy-duty drill, or even, I don't know, a lawnmower. But just for a few hours.
Right, the classic problem. Buy it, store it, forget it.
Exactly. The thought of buying it, finding space, or just wasting time hunting one down,
Yeah,
it's such a hassle, a real pain point for so many people.
totally.
Now let's flip that. Picture, instead, a network of smart lockers right there in your neighborhood.
Okay, I'm listening.
And these aren't just boxes, they're stocked with exactly those tools you need.
Ah, so like a vending machine for tools?
Sort of, yeah. You just tap your phone, unlock the compartment, grab the tool, use it.
And then bring it back when you're done.
Exactly. Zero friction. Super efficient. It just seems like a really elegant solution.
It does, and that's actually what we're diving into today. We're going to unpack how these automated tool rental locker networks are changing the game for passive income.
Changing the game how?
Well, they're not just disrupting the old school rental shops. They're basically offering a nearly automated business model, something, you listening could potentially build.
Okay, nearly automated. That sounds interesting. So let's visualize it.
Okay.
You're walking past maybe your local community center or even a hardware store,
Right.
and you see this sleek, modern electronic locker unit. Maybe you see a power drill inside or some garden shears through the panel.
Uh-huh. Very visible.
And using it is dead simple. Scan a QR code on your phone,
Pop.
the little door unlocks, you grab the tool, do your thing, and return it later. Maybe even to a different locker in the network. That's simple.
Incredibly simple interaction from the user's side.
Yeah, fantastic for the user.
Yeah.
But let's switch gears. What about the business side? Why is this smart for an entrepreneur? What's the core advantage?
Okay, so people talk about low overhead, and that's true, but it's more fundamental.
How so?
This model kind of flips the usual rental business economics. Normally, you have huge upfront costs, right? Storefront, lots of staff, massive inventory.
Right, a big initial investment.
Exactly. But here, you're dealing with modular assets, these smart lockers. They're distributed, and they can start generating revenue almost right away.
So it's much leaner, less capital tied up at the start.
Precisely. It turns a business that usually has a slow return on investment into something much more agile, built for faster profitability.
That's a really interesting economic shift. And that lean model, does that mean it's easier to scale up quickly?
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge part of the appeal. You see people talking about this online, like on Reddit.
Yeah. What are they saying?
They're calling it seriously scalable, specifically because of the automated rental and return. It's not just theory either. We're seeing similar things already working in cities like London.
London. Okay, so it's got real-world traction.
Definitely. And it's probably going to catch on in emerging markets next, precisely because it scales so efficiently.
Okay, so we get the why. It's lean, scalable, meets a real need. The next big question for anyone listening is probably, okay, how do I actually do this? Where do I start?
Yeah, good question. The smart way is always to start with a pilot. Don't go all in immediately.
A pilot phase. Makes sense.
Get just a few lockers to begin with and stock them carefully. Think essential high-demand tools that people only need occasionally.
Like what, specifically? Drills, saws?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe a pressure washer, the basics. Then, crucially, you need the right locations.
Right. Where do you put these things?
You want to partner with places that already have your target audience and good foot traffic. Think community hubs.
Like libraries, co-working spaces.
Perfect examples. Or even large apartment buildings, community centers, maybe playgrounds, places where people live and gather.
Gotcha. Now, about that pilot phase, what's a common mistake people make right at the beginning, like when choosing those first tools or locations?
A really common pitfall is trying to offer everything right away, overthinking the inventory.
Trying to be all things to all people.
Exactly. Stick to the absolute essentials first. And with locations, don't just go for high traffic blindly.
What do you mean?
Well, a busy street corner is high traffic, but are those people actually likely to need tools right then and there? It might be better to focus on a smaller community, has DIYers or makers, even if the overall footfall is lower, quality over quantity initially.
Okay, that makes sense. Target the right traffic.
Yeah.
So you got your pilot lockers, your basic tools. How do you let people know you exist? Marketing's got to be key.
It's absolutely critical. You need targeted promotion. Think local online forums, those neighborhood Facebook groups, dedicated DIY groups, maker communities, tool sharing platforms online. Go where your potential users already are.
And pricing, how does that work?
Usually per hour or per day. Keep it simple. But the crucial part, You must automate fines for late returns.
Ah, the late fees. Not just for revenue, I guess.
No, it's mainly about keeping the tools available. You need that inventory circulating so the next person can rent it. Automation is key there.
And maintenance. You mentioned nearly automated before. This sounds like part of the not automated bit. It's not just set and forget, is it?
Definitely not quite set and forget. More like set and check periodically. You have to expect some wear and tear.
Right. Tools get used sometimes roughly.
Precisely. So you'll need a system to rotate tools, handle repairs, maybe clean things up between rentals, make sure the next person gets a tool that works and is reasonably clean.
Maybe check for a suspicious glitter glue, like you said.
Haha, yeah, or a saw blade that's mysteriously dull. But actually, the tech in the smart lockers can help here too.
How so?
Predictive analytics. Based on usage patterns, the system can flag tools that might need maintenance before they break down. Helps you stay ahead of problems.
Okay, smart. So far, it sounds pretty slick, but whenever something seems this good, there are usually some hidden complexities or challenges.
Always, absolutely.
Let's peel back that layer. What are the potential snags, and maybe what opportunities do those challenges create?
Well, one big one is regulation. You can't just drop these lockers anywhere.
City rules and red tape.
Exactly. Some cities might have restrictions on unattended rentals or require specific permits or licenses. You absolutely have to check local ordinances before you invest heavily.
Okay, rule number one.
Yeah.
Check the local rules. What else?
Security is massive. These lockers need to be seriously tamper-proof.
Because they're holding valuable tools.
Right. And they should be insured. For really high-value items, maybe even GPS tracking inside the tool itself,
Yeah,
you're putting a lot of trust in an automated system, so it needs to be robust.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
You also mentioned that nearly automated aspect earlier. What's the part that still needs a human touch, that, say, 5 or 10%?
Great question. That non-automated slice is usually the physical stuff. Restocking tools, doing that hands-on maintenance we talked about,
Okay.
and handling the exceptions. What happens if a tool is returned damaged, or if someone has trouble with the app or the locker doesn't open?
Right, customer support issues.
Exactly. You still need some kind of support channel, maybe a remote hotline or perhaps an AI chatbot for common questions, escalating tricky ones to a person.
So it's mostly automated, but you need a system for handling problems and the physical logistics.
Precisely. But the key point is, compared to running a traditional rental store with staff, opening hours, all that, the time commitment is drastically lower. It frees you up to focus on growth.
Speaking of growth, let's talk expansion. If the pilot works, what's next?
The opportunities are pretty significant. Once you've proven the model in one neighborhood and it's profitable,
You just copy-paste it elsewhere.
basically, yeah, replicate it in other neighborhoods, other parts of the city. Or you could expand your inventory.
New types of tools.
Exactly. Move beyond the basic hand and power tools. Think bigger stuff. Outdoor equipment like leaf blowers, maybe specialized landscaping gear, carpet cleaners, things people rent less often but are expensive to buy.
Okay, lots of room to grow there. Let's get down to brass tacks, though. The money. How does this actually make money and scale up into a real revenue stream?
The core model is pretty straightforward. Your primary income is the rental fees, right? Pay per use.
Hourly or daily, like you said.
And then those late fees we talked about, they're not just penalties. They genuinely add up and contribute to profitability, sometimes more than you'd think.
Okay, rental fees, late fees. Are there other ways to generate income from this?
Oh yeah, definitely. You can get creative. Think about membership subscriptions.
Like a subscription box, but for tool access.
Sort of. You could offer different tiers. Maybe a basic monthly fee for unlimited access to standard tools, then a premium tier for the bigger, more expensive equipment.
That creates recurring revenue. Nice.
Exactly. Builds loyalty, too, instead of just one-off rentals. You could also sell add-ons through the app, like optional damage insurance for a rental, or maybe even maintenance plans for super frequent users.
Offering peace of mind, basically.
Right. And what about partnerships? Could you team up with, say, local hardware stores? Aren't they competitors?
Good question. They could be, but they could also be powerful allies.
How would that work?
Think about revenue sharing. Maybe a local hardware store doesn't stock certain expensive specialized tools, or they prefer selling over renting. They could direct customers needing a short-term rental to your lockers nearby.
Right.
And you give them a cut of the rental fee.
Exactly. It becomes a win-win. They offer a broader service without the hassle. You get qualified leads. It's symbiotic.
Clever. And the ultimate scaling play.
Well, if you really nail the model, the tech, the operations, the marketing, the ultimate goal could be franchising.
Wow. Okay. So you provide the blueprint and others run it in their cities?
That's the idea. Replicate your success on a much larger scale. You become the engine behind a national, maybe even international network.
Okay. So wrapping this up, it's pretty clear this whole automated tool locker idea isn't just, a neat concept.
Not at all.
It feels like a really smart blend of automation, that recurring revenue potential we talked about,
Okay.
and it even serves a community need. It answers a common problem really elegantly.
Yeah, I'd say it's a largely untapped model, high margin potential, and it's just fundamentally built to scale. You don't need to own every single tool yourself or manage physical stores.
Just the smart lockers.
Smart lockers, smart marketing, and really understanding the problem you're solving. That's the core.
And for the user, it just boils down to that simple question. Why should I buy this expensive thing I only need once in a while?
Exactly.
And for the entrepreneur listening, it offers that potential for recurring income with relatively minimal friction compared to traditional businesses. It really showcases what automation can do.
Absolutely. So, if you're someone out there who gets excited by innovation, maybe you enjoy building systems that can work for you. And this isn't just an interesting idea to chat about.
It could be a real opportunity.
It really could be your next income stream. So the question for you listening is, what really stands out to you about this mix of tech, community convenience, and, well, pure entrepreneurial thinking?